Solid Hill TDS, what's up? Yeah, come on. I.O.W. Sports Network, late night edition. Let's go. Come on.
We about to raise the bar. Wild card mark. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mark. We about to raise the bar. Wild card mark. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mark. Hey. L Boogie with the hot flame, ashtray full of top names, little tree for your membrane. This the 9-hour time frame. I just snatched up a 6-pack, got my hands on a lid pack, whipping up a little batch of snacks. Yeah, man, I think I'm all set. Late night, can't sleep. Go ahead and just tap in. Better grab you a cold one, and we about to get some laughs in. Wild card on the microphone, he'll hit you with a couple flurries. Y'all need to just strap in for some entertainment sports commentary. We about to raise the bar. Wild card mark. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mark. We about to raise the bar. Wild card mark. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mark. Hey. Wild card mark. Wild card mark. I.O.W. Late night sports. Wild card mark. Wild card mark. I.O.W. Late night sports. Wild card mark. Wild card mark. I.O.W. Late night sports. Wild card mark. Wild card mark. I.O.W. Late night sports. Hey.
Give me a second, let me light up real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, welcome to the I.O.W. Sports Late Night Hour Edition, hosted by Mr. Modelo himself. You already know the name by now. You know what I'm saying? Wild Card Mark. You already know the vibe. Pull up, let's go.
We about to raise the bar. Wild card mark.
Yeah. What is up? What is up, people? What is up? What is up, my people? What is up? As always, it's a pleasure and an honor to be here. And I'm always grateful for those who are watching and listening to I.O.W. Sports Network and tonight I.O.W. Sports Late Night Hour Edition, episode 259 with your boy Wildcard Mar. Much appreciated. Glad that y'all here rocking with your boy. But of course, as always, y'all know the deal. Scrolling on the bottom of the screen, that's where you can catch all the content for I.O.W. Network. I.O.W. Sports Network is the handle for all of our Facebook, Instagram, and of course our YouTube channel. You can catch us over there on I.O.W. Sports 1 on Twitter. And of course, this new partnership with the I.O.W. Sports Late Night Hour Edition specifically is simulcast on the Let's Talk Sport YouTube channel. So shout out to Let's Talk Sports. So let's talk sports. Because what we got on the docket today, I mean, we going to get y'all ready for a wild card weekend in the NFL. Talk about all those matchups. But before we do that, there's just, a couple of things that are on Wild Card Mar's chest. And so, I mean, there's going to be potential players on the move. Potential players that's going to be moving because of contract situations, other type of situations, whatever, regardless of the situation, there's going to be some players on the move. And one of the biggest ones is, well, you're needing a solid veteran quarterback, go get you Derek Carr. I know what a lot of people will say. Oh my gosh, there's not a lot of people that are fans of Derek Carr. And I'm going to be one of those people who has his own platform that's going to actually stand up for Derek Carr. he wasn't Gruden's choice. Hell, he wasn't Josh McDaniels' choice. But you got a guy that's thrown over for a lot of touchdowns, a lot of yardage, and he's been a starter in this league for a long time. And in my opinion, obviously, because I've seen a lot of Derek Carr, he didn't always have the great circumstances around him. Let's be honest about the Las Vegas Raiders, Oakland Raiders, LA Raiders, wherever the hell they're located. Raiders do Raider shit. And what I mean by that is that they always end up doing some off-the-wall stuff that just doesn't make sense. It just is silly. The Raiders are one of the most poorly ran franchises over the last 20 plus years. Say what you want. Yeah, you sprinkle a Super Bowl appearance in 2002 that she got slacked in. But you really haven't put up a competitive team. You haven't put up a team that you know for sure is going to be able to compete. I mean, the Raiders haven't always done right by Derek Carr. Let's just be honest about this situation. He hasn't always done right by the Raiders haven't always done right by Derek Carr. Shout out to the champ. The champ is here. MJ in the building. So let's not sit here and pretend that Derek Carr is some slouch, some bum. I mean, I don't know about y'all. Don't get me wrong. Are there some things about Derek Carr I wish I could change? Of course. I would love to change his win-loss record as a starter. Of course I would love to change that. You know what I'm saying? Of course I would absolutely love to change that. A 63-79 winner as a starting quarterback. Of course. But like I said, it's not like the Raiders have always done right by him. I mean, ever since 2014 when he got drafted, the dude is not a slouch. I mean, you're talking about a quarterback that has a career pretty much 65% completion percentage. 35,220 yards, 217 touchdowns. Like, come on. I mean, there's a lot of quarterbacks that would love to have Derek Carr's career. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. The guy is pretty much still in his prime. Derek Carr's 31 years old. Played a lot of games in this league. And I'm one of his defenders, which is odd because he's a Raider, that this guy is not a bum. He's not. He's a victim of his circumstances. He played for the Raiders. And Matt's a Giants fan. He said he'd take him on his team without question. Look, we got to get off of what the media says all the time about some of these players and use our own eyes. I know my eyes are a little chinky right now. Y'all know I've been blazing. But still, what I see with Derek Carr is I see a quarterback that can get the job done. And let's not forget the playoff performance last year against Cincinnati. He went toe-to-toe with Joe Burrow. He had a couple of questionable calls. And that's a lot for me to say that I thought the Raiders was on the bad end in a couple of calls. But I'm just shocked that the Raiders can't find a way to, well, one, he helped you recruit Devontae Adams, so you should be thanking him. Oh, I guess you did thank him. Hey, here's the boot. Get the hell out. Thank you for giving us Devontae Adams. But here's my thing. What exactly are the Raiders? What's your plan? So you're just going to kick out your leading stat leader in just about every passing category in franchise history. You're just going to kick him out. What's your viable backup plan? Who exactly do you have in mind that you think you're going to get? The only way you get something right now that's not Derek Carr, you got to get something better than Derek Carr. And what kind of names are available like Derek Carr that are better than Derek Carr? Maybe Tom Brady. Maybe Aaron Rodgers. Because let's be honest, if you don't bring Derek Carr back, you can either do what? You can't go less than Derek Carr. You can't go less. So you got to go up. Can't go down. And hell, you can't go on the same level. You got to go up. Because there's no need to move on from Derek Carr if you're not going to find a quarterback that is better than him. So right now, there's only two names that I think would potentially be available for you to do that, to get better than Derek Carr. It's Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. If you're not getting either one of them, what are you moving on from Derek Carr for? 31 years old. Obviously, you see quarterbacks are playing into their late 30s, early 40s. You can still get a solid 7-8 years out of Derek Carr. Correct me if I'm wrong. At least maybe I'm overshooting it. Maybe I am. But come on. Why move on from your greatest stat leader in passing history and your Raiders franchise if you're not going to get better? It just doesn't make any sense. I got to see a plan, and what other plans can there really be? It's not too many other plans that you're going to be able to get better than Derek Carr. My man, Hyrie Thompson, what's up, bro? Probably going to try to draft the QB, which won't work for real either. Hey, I agree with you. You're helping to prove my point, Hyrie. If you don't get me wrong, the roof of a CJ Stroud, the potential of a CJ Stroud, the potential of a Bryce Young, it looks good. It looks promising in the NFL. But that doesn't make them automatically better than Derek Carr the moment they step foot in the NFL. They ain't done nothing. I know I got a guy in Derek Carr that is proven. He's been in the league. Over 35,000 passing yards. 217 touchdowns. I got proof. I got evidence that this guy can play in the league. So when we talk about potential players on the move, to me, of course, it makes sense that Derek Carr won't be back with the Raiders. They've already proven that. But I'm just, as a Chief fan, I'm not a fan of it. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I just don't completely understand it. Normal guy, what's up, man? Do you see Michael Thomas leaving the Saints? Absolutely. And here's why. Michael Thomas has been finding a way to have the longest ankle injuries I've ever seen in my life. He's been a cap nightmare, eating at the cap, and hasn't been available to play for the last 3 years. Let's call a spade a spade. He costs too much, and he's rarely available. Time to cut bait. Only way Saints keep him if Michael Thomas swallows some pride, restructures his contract, and stays put. If not, sayonara. And unfortunately for Michael Thomas, for all the great numbers that he put up 3 years ago and beyond with Drew Brees, it looks good. But now, you ain't available. You're not available. I don't care what anybody say, whether you're the fastest football player, you got the best hands, you got the best feet, you can run all the routes. I don't care whatever skill set you got that makes you better than somebody else. If the person in your same position is available more than you, that guy can make a case that he's better than you. I don't care what attribute you got better than him. If you only playing half the games you could have potentially played, and this guy never misses, but he may not have as much as good as hands as you, maybe not run the route as good as you, maybe not as fast as you, but he's available and he can still put up numbers. The guy makes a case that he's better than you. The best ability is availability. You know how great Rob Gronkowski is? Rob Gronkowski is an amazing tight end, Hall of Fame worthy. But you know what robbed us as football fans from Rob Gronkowski? He was hurt too much. Rob Gronkowski's run that put him on the map with New England was of historic proportions. He was about to do some shit that even Travis Kelce would have to do work to catch. And Travis Kelce is a shoo-in Hall of Famer at tight end. But Rob Gronkowski was putting up astronomical numbers. Ridiculous Madden numbers. But you know what makes other tight ends better than Rob Gronkowski? You know what makes Travis Kelce better than Rob Gronkowski? Travis Kelce is available. Rob Gronkowski's career literally was robbed of so many numbers, of potential numbers that he could have put up in his career because he missed too many damn games. Mike Thomas is the same way. Mike Thomas could have been easily one of the best wide receivers in history. Trying to defend him on the slant, good luck. Can't guard Mike, not on the slant. He was too big and his footwork was too good. But now the man's ankles and knees, his lower extremities ain't worth a damn and can't keep him on the field. Saints can't keep giving up all that money on his ass. Time to move on. And so if he don't restructure, good luck of having a large wide receiver market for Mike Thomas. It won't be. There won't be a lot of people kicking down his doors to get him on the roster. The MO's out on him. The information's out on him. He's a guy that can't stay healthy. That's a good question. Hyrie says, what do you think of Josh Jacobs' futures in Vegas? Vegas would be a fool to let him go. Well, they were already a fool that they didn't offer him a contract extension or picked up his fifth-year option on his rookie contract. So they already messed up right there. All right. It's already wild reports. So it's one of those things where Josh Jacobs has so much talent, man. And you saw it this year. Pretty much was the only bright spot for the Las Vegas. I keep forgetting but they move around too damn much. LA, Oakland, Las Vegas. Sit y'all asses down. I'm pretty sure they're gonna stay in Vegas for a while. But as y'all saw the interview he did a few weeks ago, he sounded like he was over the franchise, like he's done with him. I'm not sure if they franchise tag him. Because obviously if they do, you're probably looking at 15-16 million a year. It's not going to hurt him. I just don't understand why you don't even pick up his fifth-year option and offer him a contract extension. Josh Jacobs is literally a problem in a handful, and he's starting to get better as a receiving running back. But if you just look at him as just being a running back, running in between the tackles, man, he's a problem. He is a problem. He ran all over my Kansas City Chiefs when they faced an Arrowhead. Ran all over them. And it's a shame how they're treating Josh Jacobs like this. They're treating Derek Carr like this. And it's like, I don't know why they're in such a rush to get out the old regime when the people that they're trying to push out have all the talent and literally are not out of their prime. I get you don't pay running backs big money. I get that. I totally understand that. But you still got to make sure that you keep Josh Jacobs happy, pay him $12, $13 million a year if you must see fit. and only make it a 3 or 4 year contract. Why don't you go ahead and eat up the rest of his prime years, you know, and then once he gets closer to 30, cut your ties. Call it is what it is. Get the rest of the good years that you got in Josh Jacobs. Obviously, we as sports fans are well aware that there's a time clock on running backs in the NFL. Once you start hitting 28, 29, hey, if you ain't got to your second contract, you're not going to get it now. Because once you get closer to 30, that's pretty much a nail in the coffin for you in the NFL as a running back. You got too many mileage on you, too many hits, too many touches. That's when the money dries up around 30. So you got a guy on your rookie contract. You get him at 19, 20 years old. Go ahead and eat up his prime years. So he ain't even at his second year contract. Why aren't you trying to get at least squeeze 3, maybe 4 years out of his prime? Makes no sense. But I'm not surprised because we're talking about the Raiders again. The guys that absolutely refused. And this is the kicker about the damn Raiders that drives me batshit crazy, because you literally had a guy in Rich Bisaccia last year that came in on an interim tag and saved y'all season. Because you had a coach like John Gruden got caught up with the emails saying the fucked up words and bigotry and racist shit he said. And then you got Henry Ruggs being an idiot behind the wheel with the vehicular homicide situation. You got David Arnett, another first round, who's trying to be Mr. Gangster on the TikTok with the machine gun and threatening people. And you had a lot of noise. You had a lot of distractions, a lot of stuff that was really taken away from the Raiders. And you had Rich Bisaccia, a special teams coach, steer y'all to the playoffs, and you congratulated him by saying, hey, you're not good enough to be our coach 4 times. Thank you, but we're going to get the hot shot name in Josh McDaniels, and you don't even return to the playoffs. Matter of fact, you're not even close to 500. Matter of fact, you declined so bad. And the Raiders do Raiders shit, and I will always stand on that hill. So, I mean, Raiders are probably one of the foolish, poorly ran franchises in the NFL. Poorly ran. Another potential players on the move. DeAndre Hopkins. Now, this is what I love about my platform, and when I throw out my takes, sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. It happens. It happens. Thank you, Matt. You proved my point. Josh Jacobs rushed for 1,653 yards. I think he led the league in rushing yards, too. 12 TDs, 53 receptions for 500 yards, and will be 25 in February. Proves my point. Dude still has at least 3 or 4 years that you could squeeze out of him in his prime. Thank you, Matt. That's my stat guy. Not only is he the champ, not only is he the champ of the 2022-2023 football pick'em contest, the belt looks so good, but he's the stat guy, I.O.W. Sports Show. He comes with the stats to make sure that I'm being truthful with the sale I say. See, that's what we do here on I.O.W. Sports. See, we use our eyes to tell and give our takes on what we see, and we blend it with some stats to back it up. Because everything can't be about the stats. It also got to be a blend and a mixture of what are your eyes telling you. But DeAndre Hopkins comes off the 6-game suspension and automatically goes back to D-Hop things. Catching footballs everywhere, putting up crazy numbers, being D-Hop. Well, all the noise and ruckus going on in Arizona, he might be potentially on the move. Now, here's the deal. D-Hop has been one of those great wide receivers where it never really mattered who's the quarterback. Y'all don't remember all them lean years in Houston where he literally had, we'll throw a name out there. It didn't matter. D-Hop was still putting up numbers. So in this situation, I think here are some of the factors on where D-Hop's going to go. One, I think they have to be a contender. Two, I don't think it's so much solely based on the quarterback. And three, it's going to be a team that's going to have to be as close to balance as possible. And so when I think of those things that I just came up with that I think D-Hop is looking for, and I hate to say it, but yeah, your team kind of fits the category of what I'm thinking of, Matt. Because even if you re-sign Daniel Jones, I don't think it matters about the quarterback for D-Hop. Like I said, he's made numbers off of Ryan Fitzpatrick, Field Yates, JT Yates, YT Yates, whatever his name was in Houston. I mean, a whole bunch of no-name people that DeAndre Hopkins still put up numbers with down in Houston before he got Deshaun Watson. I mean, it's never mattered who the quarterback was with D-Hop. And so that gives him a chance to, be the main wide receiver. And that is a serious upgrade to the wide receiver room in the Giants. You got a stud in Saquon Barkley, who you'll probably re-sign as well. So that gives you that balance part where he won't be the only weapon and has to do it all. And you got a decent defense. I love your front four on the Giants. So I would not rule out the Giants in the D-Hop sweepstakes. Obviously, he's a big fan of Bill Belichick. He would be a definite upgrade for New England. Huge upgrade for New England. Unfortunately for that situation, I don't know who your offensive coach would be. Because there needs to be some good offensive coordinator that needs to get hired immediately in New England. You go another season with Matt Patricia and Joe Judge, I think you're starting to show that Bill Belichick probably is coming to his last few days in New England if he continues another year with that situation. Mark my words. If Matt Patricia and Joe Judge are still in charge of running offense going into 2023, that'll probably be Bill Belichick's last year. Because then you're showing me that you just don't give a damn. But I wouldn't rule out the Patriots for trying to go get D-Hop. Because, if you saw in the Hard Knocks, D-Hop's a fan of Belichick. Respects his system. Double J, shout out Jay Jones. Man Cave Sports podcast. Y'all go check them out every Saturday on YouTube. 613 Faye. For D-Hop, if I'm the Cardinals, I at least need a second round. Because you still understand how DeAndre Hopkins is still just as good as he's always been throughout his whole career. Only problem is you're not getting a young DeAndre Hopkins. You're getting the guy that's he's been in the league now for a minute. Been in the league now for a minute. He's now more 30 years old. In June, he'll be 31. So, Excuse me. So you're not getting spring chicken DeAndre Hopkins. I should say that. But you're still getting deadly. You're getting seasoned DeAndre Hopkins. So he still knows the moves. Footwork is still there. Obviously, he's going to start losing his step and speed. But still can catch any and everything. He's a chain mover. So I think you should definitely get at least 2 draft picks, round 2, 3. And if you find a fool dumb enough, you go ahead and get a 4th. But definitely, I if I'm the Cardinals, I want a 2 and a 3 back. Definitely. I mean, I would let them go for just 1 for a first round. If you give me a first round and that's the only one, I'll still make that trade. Just because with the wide receiver position, lately in the draft, the draft class is so deep for the wide receiver position. Not saying you're going to find a DeAndre Hopkins in the draft, but I mean, it's a lot of talent at the wide receiver position. So I just feel that way about it. But no, D-Hop, yeah, you definitely should be able to recoup at least a second and a third for sure. But I'll drop it for 1. And they would do a search for an OC. Yep, got to. Yep. Here's some other potential players on the move. And well, I don't think this guy is a potential player on the move. I think he is a player on the move. And his name is Lamar Jackson. He played his last game as a Baltimore Raven. Let me look it up. When he played his last game, I think it was right before December. It was before that. Yeah, December 4th. December 4th against the Denver Broncos was his last game, week 13. Enjoy it, folks, because that was the last time you saw him in a Ravens uniform. I just think he's on the move. Because if the Ravens really wanted him, they would have made sure that they got a contract signed, sealed, and delivered before this year started. Should have got it done. Point blank period. And then you waited till after 3 quarterbacks got paid, where you can make an argument that and Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray, and Deshaun Watson, that his resume is compared to them, if not better. I can make a case that his resume is better than those other 3 quarterbacks. So if you didn't sign him, what exactly are you telling me? Well, you're telling me that it's time to go. But please, let's not get it confused. As Harry says, Ravens foolish as hell. They let Lamar go. His play plus the defense got them this playoff spot this season. You're right. I agree with you, Harry. You are 100% right. I think Lamar Jackson has literally been playing like a Superman the last couple of years to keep this Ravens team afloat, dealing with all the injuries and other situations that hasn't gone their way. I just feel he's been playing like literally at trying to be Superman, and it's been a little bit of his detriment, being a little bit more turnover prone than normal. But when you feel you are obligated to make sure that your team wins week in and week out, because you got so many injuries here, so many injuries there, your defense is giving up points left and right, and we got to be honest, that defense was, they played Santa Claus all season. They was giving up games. Several games they were giving up. So Lamar Jackson will be traded. He's going to get traded. because the Ravens are not going to let him walk out the building and not get no compensation. So if Deshaun Watson brings in 3 first rounds, a 3rd round, and a 4th round, Baltimore's front office is licking their chops because they looking for the first food that's going to be like, hey, we'll take Lamar off your hands. We'll pay him the contract. And we got the draft picks you want. Miami. Jay Jones from the Man Cave Sports Show. I'm starting to lean towards that more and more. He's from Florida. It makes a lot of sense. Because guess what? There's another potential play on the move. Tua Tagovailoa. He's on the move. And but in not the way that y'all think. I think he's on the move because of his medical situation. Bro, you're talking about the hip injury coming into the NFL. All these other injuries with your ankles and this and that. But I'm looking at the fact that Tua Tagovailoa, have had concussions. 3 in this football season. And now you're not even available for the playoff game. So that makes it wide open for Lamar to come on home to MIA. But come on. You got to understand that when these potential players are on the move, it's the business part. Baltimore Ravens are playing business, and so do Miami. They have to make a business decision because not only are they having durability issues with their starter, they're having durability issues with their backup. Teddy Bridgewater can't stay healthy. He's getting hurt playing for the hurt guy. So Miami got to search for 2 quarterbacks. But as much as we see coaches move, there's players movement that matters too. But so Derek Carr, D-Hop, Lamar Jackson, and Tua Tagovailoa are the players that are on my radar of players that are definitely potentially on the move for sure. And just as much as there's players on the move, like I said, there's always the carousel of the coaches. And I came up with a few takes as I was chopping it up with my man Double J Jones and G Money. If Brandon Staley loses to the Jacksonville Jaguars, I can make a case that he deserves to get fired. So this carousel of the coaches might not end quite yet. I think there's a couple of coaches that might be on that carousel if they have bad performances this weekend. And one is for sure is Brandon Staley of the Chargers. And here's the other one for you. How about them Cowboys, Mike McCarthy? Because I think those 2 fools best to win this wild card round. Because Mike McCarthy, boy, you better hope that you can not do Mike McCarthy shit. Forget about time management. Forget that, clock urgency. Forget about, hey, maybe I should go for the field goal on 4th and 12 on their 20-yard line and just take the points. Or Brandon Staley, how about don't go for it on 4th and 1 on your own 29 in the first quarter? Or how about this? In a meaningless game against the Denver Broncos in Week 18, meaningless game. Because you need to follow your trend as a coach where you don't play your players in meaningless games. Because you don't play them in the preseason. Because what? They're meaningless, right? So you would figure in Week 18, when the game was meaningless, that you would pull your starters. Matter of fact, you probably won't even dress. But you, Brandon Staley, being the analytic fool that you are, went ahead and played a lot of your starters and some of your starters who are often nicked up and hurt. Because what is the MO of the Los Angeles Chargers, the San Diego Chargers, whatever the hell you located it, the California Chargers? What's the biggest thing that we say? Oh my God, this roster is loaded with talent. They're going to be good, but they always hurt. It happens every year with the Chargers. They always hurt. Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Derwin James, Joey Bosa. 4 people who are integral to their success are always often nicked up or hurt. And let alone Mike Williams got nicked up, so did Joey Bosa. And damn it, if they can't give 100% because they are hurt because you did not sit them in a meaningless game and y'all lose to the Jaguars, do not be surprised if he loses his job and then the owners of the Chargers say, hey, Sean Payton, I know you got the option of where and every team you want to coach. Don't you want to come coach this Justin Herbert kid? Don't be surprised if that happens. And you can't forget that good old Jim Harbaugh from Michigan is still on the docket too. Say what you want. He's available for a job. Michigan better hope they got enough money to keep him. So let's be honest. You are coaching for your job, Brandon Staley and Mike McCarthy, because you have just as much boneheads again. So this coaching carousel ain't going in, y'all. It ain't going to stop after this weekend. I got a feeling if those 2 coaches can't get it right, well, you're going to be packing your bags. Hey, sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. I'm willing to take the chances on the takes. It's okay. But let's get y'all ready for Wild Card Weekend, y'all. It's going to be, it's playoff times. It's going to be some weird shit. It's Wild Card round. It's going to be some weird and crazy shit. So, hey, it kicks off Saturday as we get 3 days of playoff football as NFL does it again. Make sure that they captivate you all weekend and start your week off on Monday with football, playoff football. So on Saturday, you got none other than the Seattle Seahawks going to the San Francisco 49ers at 4:30. And right now, Vegas has it San Francisco being a 10-point favorite. And I'll be honest, I would take my money and I would put it on Seattle to cover. I think they'll get that. I think they'll keep this a 1-possession game, because we got to be honest that, hey, when you play a division opponent, it's not easy to beat them 3 times in one season. It just don't happen like that. You just don't beat a team 3 times in one season, and especially when there's so much familiarity between y'all. It doesn't happen that often. It's rare. So I don't think San Francisco is just going to cakewalk and beat Seattle by 10 plus points. You know? So I mean, it's Jay said we got a lot of khakis lined up for Jim. I know you're trying to keep them in big blue. But no, Seattle, I think they'll cover that. And it'll be competitive, but I think 49ers still get the win. 49ers are a dangerous team, very scary team, and they're legit. Defense is legit. Christian McCaffrey staying healthy. being CMC, being a Swiss Army knife. Debo Samuel will be back playing. You know what Debo do? Debo do Debo things. He bulls. He's a ball player. Brendan I.O.W. been doing his thing as a secondary wide receiver. Hell, can't forget about George Kittle. He's a damn good tight end. Yeah, he's still on that team. So Seattle's got their work cut out if they're going to try to think they're going to make an upset, that because that's not going to be an easy task to do in San Francisco. The crowd's going to be rocking. The players are going to be just juiced up as hell, ready to play playoff football. So it's going to be ready. They're going to be doing their thing. And then, of course, later Saturday night, 8 o'clock, 8:15, you got Brandon Staley taking his California Chargers, San Diego, LA Chargers, down to Duval, take on them Jaguars down in Florida. And as you just heard that rant I just went on, I think Jaguars are going to win this game. And you're going to see Brandon Staley fired for his bonehead decision to play his starters in Week 18 in a meaningless game. Because seeing that I see the Chargers twice a year, I watch them. I keep my eyes on them. Mike Williams, if he does not play, it puts a lot of pressure on Keenan Allen. And Keenan Allen is not the same wide receiver without Mike Williams. Mike Williams makes so much of a huge difference when he's in the lineup. Like, literally. And I'm not saying Keenan Allen is not good, because that's not what I'm saying. I actually like Keenan Allen as a good wide receiver. But he plays different when he has a mismatch in Mike Williams on the other side. And it takes a lot of attention off of him. It helps him out big time. And so without that security blanket, I don't know. I'm not so thrilled about seeing Keenan Allen being the only wide receiver out there and no Mike Williams. They don't have another Mike Williams that does what he does on that roster. They just don't. And I'm still concerned about the health-wise on some of your defensive starters. But I love the way that the Jaguars fight. They play with grit. They play with toughness. Doug Peterson is starting to unlock some of the greatness out of Trevor Lawrence. Try to weed out some of the bad year of last year with Urban Meyer. So that's a job on its own. But that defense, man, them boys fly. They fly around the field. They can still get toasted on the back end, but man, they fly. They getting after it. They gang tackling. They got something going on and brewing down there in Duval. So don't be surprised when the Jaguars win and then the next day Brandon Staley loses his job. Don't be surprised. Y'all heard it here first. I.O.W. Sports Late Night Owl with your boy Wild Card Mall. And then, of course, on Sunday, we got 3 games. The 1 o'clock game, you got the Dolphins heading back to Buffalo. And boy, hope you can make it a game. I'm not too confident in the Dolphins making it a competitive game. No Tua, no Teddy, so you're going to start Skylar Thompson. You're on your 3rd string quarterback. Unfortunately for you, you don't have the 3rd string luck of having a Brock Purdy. You just don't. So no Tua, no winner. You gonna get spanked. And yes, Jay Jones, I can agree with you. Is Doug Peterson Coach of the Year? I would have to definitely put him in the conversation. I mean, you talking about you gotta literally dig out a year of bad football from that whole franchise, and in particular, your number 1 overall pick in Trevor Lawrence. So you gotta revert and play a lot of mind tricks to get all that bad year with Urban Meyer out of their system. And boy, has he got it out of that system, because Trevor Lawrence has been sunshine, looking like sunshine for real. He been dotting the football now. He been dotting that football. Obviously, you want him to be a little bit more committed. Oh yeah. He gonna be there, and he's gonna bring that emotional boost, and they gonna kick the dog shit out of Miami. Just obviously, I don't give Miami that much of a chance without Tua anyway. But yeah, I think he's gonna be there too, be that little emotional cheerleader for him, boost for him, and they gonna dog walk Miami. So yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you, man. I think he's gonna be there for sure. But I just don't like. I just don't like Miami's chances without Tua, which is odd for me to say because I've never been a big fan of Tua. He's been kind of being up and down. But yeah, Miami's good luck with that, and just get ready to start looking for two quarterbacks. I mean, you got no choice now. Your backup get hurt playing for the hurt guy. Yeah. Then you got the Giants and Vikings at 4:00. Upset alert! Upset alert! You Vikings better watch out. Y'all on upset alert because damn it, ooh, did y'all squeeze past the Giants not too long ago? And it wasn't too long ago. What was it? Oh yeah, it was literally 3 weeks ago. Now you barely got past this same New York Giants with a late field goal to the 61-yarder. So literally, you squeaked past this team of 3 weeks ago, and you still are the team that struggles on defense. And you're starting to become somewhat predictable on offense. His name is Justin Jefferson. I think we know where you're going with the ball. And so I have no choice but to put y'all on upset alert. I don't care that the Vikings have the wins that they have. I don't care that you're 13-4. To me, you are the most fraudulent 13-win team I've ever seen. Your defense is a joke. Your defense is literally a liability. And let's not forget, it may not be prime time as in 8 o'clock, but damn it, it's the only game on at 4 o'clock. That might be too much eyes and too much pressure on Kirk Cousins. We might not get thugging bugging. We might not get rocking too much ice Kirk Cousins. We might get put on ice Kirk Cousins, as in your body's sore, taking an ice bath from an ass whooping. And hey, I think the Vikings are on upset alert. And then, of course, on Sunday night, Bengals, Ravens, NFC North battle. No Lamar, you're not going far. You're not winning this game with no Lamar. I think that sums it up. Cincinnati's too hot, one of the hottest teams coming into the playoffs in the NFL, and you want them to go against the Bengals without their best option at quarterback. Yeah. Good luck. Good luck. You're talking about showing your value, it's about to show you the value. Thank you, Matt. That proves my point right there. If you are a good 13-4 team, why are you only favored by 3 points? Again, they're only favoring you to win by a field goal, which you won by a field goal last time. That's what they think of you. What Vegas is saying is, hey, Minnesota, you're on upset alert. But no, Bengals, Ravens. Bengals gonna win. I don't even. Look. I know the Ravens gonna play for pride. Play with pride. No Lamar Jackson. No more playoff action. That's just what it is. Since they're more than likely gonna steamroll. All right, and then we get to Monday night, y'all. Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, 8-9, under 500. NFC South winners, the winners of the Toilet Bowl division. They gonna host the 12-5 Dallas Cowboys. Yeah. Just let me read something real quick. Got this good mail right here. Oh, it's a paternity test, y'all. It's a paternity test. In the case of the Dallas Cowboys, Tom Brady is your daddy. 7-0. 7-0. 7-0 in his career against the Dallas Cowboys, and he about to put him on them again because he's facing a Dallas team that is bad and they're the worst team in penalties. Most penalized team in the league. And when it comes to playing Tom Brady, you're used to seeing flash because here comes the Tom Brady effect. Well, guess what? The NFL they ain't even gonna have to try hard to make it look like they want Tom Brady to win because the damn Cowboys are gonna find a way to penalize and shoot themselves in the foot. Keep Brady and the Buccaneers in the game. And Brady and the Buccaneers are gonna send the Cowboys home packing and get Mike McCarthy up out of there. I'm telling you, we about to have two more coaches added to that carousel. Mike McCarthy and Brandon Staley are about to join them because they both about to lose this weekend. You got the worst matchup as a Cowboys team of getting Tom Brady. Because the Tom Brady effect is going to come into factor. So is the Mike McCarthy effect. And y'all going to fumble the ball and disappoint y'all fans again. We the boys. We the boys. We make a lot of noise and get disappointed again. So all that hooting and hollering y'all doing for that star, y'all better be ready to get handed some tissues to wipe away your tears. Because they about to disappoint y'all again. You got a quarterback in Dak Prescott that y'all paying overpaid. And the man only played 12 games and still leads the league in interceptions. You don't even know whether CeeDee Lamb is the guy or not because you don't utilize him, right? So you really don't give him the opportunities to show that he's that guy. You got an overpaid running back in Zeke Elliott that at this point in his career is just a red zone threat. I mean, Noah Brown somehow is getting ridiculous targets. I don't know what kind of blackmail he got on Dak Prescott. Oh, and guess what? If you're 4-4, don't get after the quarterback. Here comes exposure time on that secondary, and that includes you, Trayvon Diggs. Dallas is in trouble. Here comes the Grim Reaper in TB12. Yo, Pappy. I'll be the Pappy of them Dallas Cowboys, boss. Get ready to catch that L. All right, y'all. And that's the show. Y'all know what to do. Go hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, I.O.W Sports Network. Catch us on the Twitter, I.O.W Sports 1. Man, and I'm loving this new partnership with Let's Talk Sports. You can catch the I.O.W. Sports Late Night Owl Edition exclusively on all of our I.O.W. Sports Network platforms and as well as the Let's Talk Sports YouTube channel. But man, love y'all, appreciate y'all. I always so grateful of the watchers, the viewers, the listeners of all our product, all our content, because we do this for y'all. But y'all gonna enjoy y'all weekend, a wild card weekend of football. Hey, and catch us, I.O.W. Sports, Monday on our 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time show. And come back for another episode of the Wild Card Mod, I.O.W. Sports Late Night Owl Edition. Be safe out there, world. Enjoy your weekend. Peace and love.
Silent Hill TV, yes. Hitchhikers. Yeah, smoking someone's dope, I'm seeing traces. Visual lasers load across the scene is dangerous, aggressive like behavior. Couple monsters from my neighbors, resisting human nature. Persistently getting greater, bloodshed like the Terminator. Fire up the green, I need it, increase the dopamine. Feel better, so I kill better, doped up for cocaine. Roaming like I never had a home, so I'm all alone. Smoking bones down the chromosomes till the filter's gone. Suffocating under heavy pressure, the signature marks are the cornerstone of a nigga that's ready to spark. Like the pathway through the treacherous, wonderful dark. Searching for a lost part, curators of a lost art. Desperately holding shit together until it falls apart. Blood started pulling the water, just waiting on the sharks. Love is the deadliest game, but I'll just massacre your heart. Tearing at your body, wondering how did we start? Fuck man, I think a nigga about to spaz out.